Hey, friends. If you've been loving the conversations we have here on the All in My Head podcast, and you're looking for a way to ground your thoughts, reflect more deeply, or just make space for yourself in the chaos, I've created something for you. My very own journals are now available on Amazon. Whether it's the gratitude journal to help you focus on the good, especially on the hard days, or the Mind Unwind journal, a space to release, reset, and realign, these were made with you in mind, my thoughtful, deep feeling, always reflecting listeners. Just head to Amazon and search Gratitude, Mind Unwind Journal, or my name, Jenny Jimenez-Sullivan, or check the link in the show notes to grab your copy. It's simple, intentional, and ready to meet you wherever you are. Listen to the All in My Head podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Please, allow me to show you something.
Welcome back to the All in My Head podcast. I'm Jenny, and I am your host. And you have landed here today for the final episode of Season 2. And that is episode 30, and it is called A Love Letter to My Listeners. And today's episode is a little different. There's no big topic. There's no deep dive, no questions to unpack. Today, this is simply a love letter to each and every one of you. If you're listening right now, whether this is your very first episode with All in My Head, or you've been here since the beginning, I want you to know how much this moment means to me. Because podcasting can feel like talking into the void sometimes. It's just a microphone, a quiet room, and a whole lot of thoughts that are just swirling around in my head. But somehow you're there, on your commute, in your kitchen, on your walk, in your car, sitting in a parking lot, not quite ready to go inside yet. And that still amazes me. When I started All in My Head, I didn't have a master plan. I definitely didn't have everything figured out. I just knew I had thoughts that needed a place to land. As a storyteller, as a writer, there's always stories happening in my mind and that I need to get out. And a lot of those stories felt heavy when I was holding them alone. And there were questions that I was just still learning how to ask out loud. And you, without even realizing it, made space for all of that. You let me be messy. You let me be unsure. You let me change my mind. You let me say, I don't have an answer, but I'm thinking about it. And here's some suggestions. Or let's just work it all out together. And that is a rare kind of permission. Some of you have been here for episodes that were raw and emotional, some that made you laugh, and some that maybe hit a little too close to home. And some that probably made you say, wow, I didn't know that anyone else felt this way. And that right there is why I keep going. Because every time someone messages me or I meet them in person and they say, I felt seen, or I thought I was the only one, or your words found me at the exact right time. It reminded me that this isn't just a podcast. It's a connection. I want to thank you for trusting me with your time and your energy and your vulnerability. I have been very vulnerable on this podcast. It has given me the safe space to showcase who I really am and open up about things that I was told to hold inside. So I want to thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable and in return for showing your vulnerability. Time is sacred, and you choose to spend it here with me inside my head. And that is not lost on me. And I know that many of you listen quietly. You don't always comment, you don't always share, but you're there. And I want you to know that I feel you. I feel you in the pauses I leave because I know you're thinking too. I feel you when I speak slowly because I know some words need room to land. I feel you when I get emotional and don't rush past it. This space is ours together. And there have been moments this year where I questioned myself, where I wondered if my voice mattered. That's a voice that I've been constantly working on my entire life. And I wondered if these conversations were too much or not enough, if I should soften myself or shrink my truth or make things easier to digest. And every time I thought of you, I thought of the listener who needed honesty over perfection and depth over polish and heart over hype. And for far too long, I shrunk myself. And I remembered you. I remembered how this is why you all keep coming back for honesty and vulnerability. And that grounded me. It continues to ground me and to humble me. So thank you for letting me be human, for letting me grow in real time, because every day I am growing and I am learning, and for staying even when the conversations got uncomfortable, especially then. I hope that this podcast has been a soft place for you, a place where you felt less alone, a place where your thoughts felt valid, a place where you could breathe a little deeper and say, okay, it's not just me, because it's not. I felt like that my entire life. I always thought I was the only one going through these things, thinking these things, but it wasn't just me. As we move forward into new episodes and new conversations and new seasons of life, I want you to know something. This podcast will always come from the heart. It will always make room for nuance. It will always honor the complicated, the beautiful, messy experience of being human. And you will always be welcome here. So this is my love letter to you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for holding space. Thank you for showing up again and again. You are more appreciated than you know. You matter more than you realize. And I am so very grateful that you are here. If this podcast has meant something to you, I hope you carry that with you today and every day. And if you forget, you can always come back here. I'll be waiting. I hope 2025 ends softly for you and that you come back to season 3 of All in My Head in 2026 for more beauty, more truth, and more stories that you won't want to miss. Blessings, blessings, blessings to each of you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Have a beautiful 2025, and I'll see you in 2026.